Well, hello, Steiff super fans, and welcome to spring. Don't you feel wonderful with the sun on your face and the wind at your back and smelling the beautiful flowers and seeing colors on the ground again? How fun is that? I am so excited to welcome spring, and our garden is particularly lovely this year. And I don't know if that's just because we're all so desperate for color and joy, but this is just a beautiful year here at my neck of the woods. So what I'd like to do is two parts with this video. Of course, share wonderful Steiff with you. And the theme of today's talk is putting a spring in your step. And there's two ways I'm going to do that with you today. The first is that I'm going to give you a little tour of my front window. Here where I live, I have giant bay windows that face a very busy street that has a lot of pedestrian traffic and a lot of cars and a lot of bicycles and roller skaters and all that type of thing. And so for the past over a year since the pandemic started, I have put up a wonderful display of Steiff items in my front bay window to bring my neighborhood joy and happiness. And I have taken a little video of that, which I will share with you as part of this little conversation today. So you can see what people are looking at today in my neck of the woods in my front windows, and also a few pictures of some favorite springy type things in the garden with photographs of those, and I'm going to be sharing those with you. So first of all, let's take a look at what's happening in my window. Isn't that lovely? And when people walk by, they often wave or smile or take pictures. And that's exactly what I want. I just want people to feel wonderful about a happy vignette in my window. And of course, what you're looking at are delightful Steiff rabbits from all sorts of decades, as well as a very large sheep that just decided to photobomb the display. Now let's look at a few of the items in my garden displayed with beautiful flowers. The first item that you're looking at is a picture of a wonderful sleeping chicken. Actually, it's a hen, but at one time it was a chicken, so it is a spring chicken. So let's take a look at that right now. And now let's take a look at that in person. So what we have here, I know you're thinking, why would Steiff design this? And why are you sharing this with me? Well, because it's spring and everyone wants to be a spring chicken. And this was at one point. What we have here is Steiff's wonderful sleeping or floppy or cozy hen. And so what this is an item that Steiff designed. It came in two sizes. It came in 17 and 28 centimeters. And this is the 28 centimeter version. And this was produced in the late 50s to the very early 1960s. This item is one of the rarest of Steiff's sleeping style animals. And by sleeping, I mean, look at the eyes, they're closed. These are designed for sleeping with little children in bed to be comfortable bedtime companions. And Steiff made a number of these in their most popular designs, including things like a floppy Zoddy that is sleeping, a floppy panda, a floppy Siamese cat, all sorts of wonderful designs, a fox and such. I think this is amongst the oddest. I don't know who would want to cuddle with a hen, but apparently enough people did that they made them. And here you can see the little button and such would be in the wings. She's missing her chest tag, but it would have been right here. So that's a wonderful, super soft, super floppy sleeping hen for your spring chicken. Okay, now let's look at something a little more spacey, a little more out there. What you're looking at here is, I don't really know. It's a picture of a fuzzy pink blob with eyes against a wonderful floral background. So take a look at that. Now let's take a look at this mystery item in person. So why I chose this is clear. It looks like either an Easter egg or maybe a hyacinth. sort of a arts and craftsy kind of style. What this is a very strange item, which I have no idea what it is. It is not in any catalog. I bought this on eBay a very long time ago. And I suspect, given the tag, that it was from the early 2000s. It's simply like a rock or a blob made out of a wonderful purple, like a lilac-y color, long, soft plush. It's about the size of a woman's hand, and it's got a felt bottom, and it's got super wonderful peepers, sort of matching the fur with a mask, a gray mask. That's it. That's all it is. I have no idea what it is. I don't know when it was made for sure or why it was made, but it's wonderful. And you never ever know with Steiff. He's got his little tag here. It's real. And the tag is the kind of tag that was on the items at the early 2000s. So a wonderful spring item. This puts a spring in your step because you're thinking, what is it? Which is in itself is exciting. Okay. And finally, the oldest item I'm going to share with you today, and I'm sure many of your eyes will light up when you see this, is this delightful blue bunny. So take a look at this bunny hanging out in my garden. And now let's take a closer look at this fabulous guy. Now, I know you're thinking he doesn't look blue to me, Steiffgal, but he actually is. And the color blue on this bunny from the late 20s and early 30s tends to fade over time. And the way you can tell it's blue is, first of all, I recognize the design as one of the company's famous jelly bean types of rabbits. And those were rabbits in wonderful pastel colors of the late 1920s. But if you look where the sun don't shine, like for instance, in his privates, you'll see it's blue, or the armpits, blue on the seams, he's blue and such. So he was a light blue color. He is sitting. He's a wonderful, wonderful face. And there's a lot of things about him that make him very 1920s. He's got his ears that are lined in wires, which is wonderful. And you think of something like Petsy, the giant, the baby bear had these wonderful ears lined in wire. So they were posable and very playful. He's got big oversized eyes, which is very typical of items from the late 1920s. Also with rabbits from this period, you're going to look for this particular nose. It's sort of a big black X, but it's filled in. Items from the sort of the 30s onward, the mid to late 30s onwards, that the pink was not filled in. It was just an X, usually in red or black. But this is very 1920s, very plump, very childlike, and very adorable. So hopefully he adds an obvious spring in your step, a colorful spring in your step, as spring is coming upon us. Well, that's what I have for you. I hope that today's light and fun program makes you happy and feel good and warm and optimistic for great things to come on the horizon. That's what I have for now. Teddy hugs to you and enjoy the day. And I look forward to our next visit. Bye for now.